Vodafone presents the pre-match.
It's the battle for Down Under. It's the battle between Renegades and Grayhound once again in a best of three. One of these two teams will 100% be going to the major and the other one will be going down to the lower bracket to face Vici Gaming. Renegades had a strong start last time around, but can they pull it off once again? And to discuss all of that, I've got Pimp and Blair with me as always across the Asia Minor. And this was a game last time that certainly delivered, boys, because it wasn't just Grayhound getting washed aside, right? This was Renegades giving him a hard time, but Grayhound, no way letting him walk over him.
By no means. I mean, this is going to be a close matchup. I think it's fair to say that these two teams have sort of like found themselves in a position now when they play each other, it's always going to be close. The last 6 maps these two teams have faced against each other, it's been double overtimes and it's been 16-13, 16-13, 16-14, 16-14, right? This is close scores on all maps, you know. It doesn't matter whoever picks the map, doesn't matter how they go into it. It always ends up being a brawl fight, so to speak, always ends up being a fist fight. And these two teams definitely have a lot of know-how about how to play with or against each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're talking about, when you talk about domestic matchups especially, right, it gets very interesting. And I think we do have the veto coming out right now. All right, Overpass ban train. Here's an interesting thing about the bans coming out from Renegades. They usually go for the nuke ban every single time.
I didn't pick nuke.
Because they can't play nuke. That's the thing. Renegades usually ban out nuke, but they did this the previous time as well. They banned Overpass because Overpass is Greyhound's best map. So they're kind of punishing them for that. Overpass out, Train out, Inferno pick coming from Renegades, Mirage getting picked, and I forgot what the last map was. Cash it was. No surprises here, to be very honest. The only little surprise here is the Inferno pick coming in. That can be a little dicey, so to speak.
I would have liked to see them pick into nuke. I know they played nuke against MVP, and that wasn't necessarily too pretty, but if they're willing to play nuke against them, must mean they have practiced just a little bit. Yeah. And they haven't been able to win against Renegades as of late, you know, especially not when it comes down to land. So take that little risk, you know, and go in there and give it a go. But they went off with the safe route, so to speak, and I guess, you know, they feel so close. It's a rematch, right? Literally. It went on so close the last game. So let's see how it pans out this time around, James.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I have to cut you short here. It's the fastest ever pre-match in the history of the Minors, and we're going back to Hugo and Harry to let this one get underway.
Yeah, thank you for that one, James. Renegades versus Grayhound, or as they're also known, the boys versus the other boys.
This is the battle of the boys, Harry, and the winner of this, I should say, will be crowned the boys, the new boys, maybe.
But when do the boys become men? Is this the game that decides that? As we head into this, Hugo, we can see Betway odds that are going to be giving this in favor of Renegades. Now, Grayhound, if you recall yesterday, we had a couple of star-studded performances from these guys. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I'm still talking casually. You know, we do like to tease you a little bit. It's all good. Gives us time. Urcast had a fantastic game. Malta looks so good. And obviously, we had that big ace from Sterling over on Dust 2 with the AWP. Now, something I'm excited about, something I think it's worth mentioning, is Gratisfaction versus his old teammates. Obviously, Sterling, the man that was brought in to try and fill the void left by Gratisfaction. So let's see how these two stack up.
Straight into Inferno here, the first map of the series. We've got Renegades on their T side. An immediate banana play coming through. Lots of utility for this setup. Pretty casual stuff for these Aussies. And Grayhound with 2 players on this site as well. Renegades are going to back out of banana. They've been given a lot of control there. They won't leave a man at top B, which hints towards his late round A play. Now Grayhound, they have a double pit setup as well here with Malta and Sterling holding close. Apartments push coming in from the Renegades. This is going to be a big muscle for the fight to pit. We might even see these cross smokes as well. Sterling, he's got to deal with the full brunt of this. Great flashbang catches him off guard. Has to switch weapon because he accidentally presses right click, and that's when the push comes in. He does trade his teammate's death, but Gratisfaction's also in the pit, and Sterling can't find the kill. Reload coming through. Right side peek from Gratisfaction, and Sterling drops a bomb, leaving just Azza. He's got to win this duel here and now, but Sterling absolutely dominating Renegades in the pistol round. The newest boy on the block, and Grayhound take the pistol.
Another crazy thing to realize, right, is after this game, we're going to see what I think would be our first New Zealander at the major. Either Gratisfaction or Sterling on either side of the teams. And it just so happens to be the replacement for Gratisfaction over on Grayhound, to be the other man who, you know, could secure it. So quite the storylines heading into this matchup, Hugo. It's going to be interesting to say the very least. Now, in this round, they've gone for the force buy over on the side of Renegades. Taking control of the top of mid. Smoke falls over here at long, and that does hold back any hope of aggression from Sterling or Dexter for the time being, and now they just take a more passive angle. Sterling holding with the AUG. We know how dangerous this is in the current iteration of the game. Now the smoke might be down, but that doesn't stop Sterling from finding two. Gratisfaction and Liaz left standing. Once more, going to get to see the direct head-to-head between Sterling and Grat. Ooh. Spots the first man. Gratisfaction doing damage now onto the CZ. Sterling trying to mop him up. He has the bomb. He can't drop it, and he has. It falls at the feet of Sterling, who's continuing this lights-out performance. And Liaz left up in the 1-on-3.
And he doesn't know where any of these players are. They're all boxed together, grouped at long round the bomb. Liaz, a huge round needed from him with 30 seconds left to do it as well. They're already on the angle, playing for the contact off of this long player. He waits for it, forces the peek of Sterling. 1v2 here for Liaz. Damage to the second as well. He's even gathered a gun. The issue is the time, 20 seconds. A single flashbang to try and get him into the position, but Dick Stacey waits as his teammate starts to wrap the site. Now that bomb's been taken, and Dick Stacey has shut it down before it gets too out of control. Grayhound take their conversion, albeit very, very closely. Now it's Renegades still with one more eco to show before we have guns across this T side. Grayhound, on the other hand, they're still chock full of SMGs, looking to make this big old money bonus as we head into this one. So P250s is all that Renegades can muster as they try and upset once again, but this is a round where you're really hoping for damage, take a gun or two away, force Grayhound to use all their utility, forcing repurchases again. A lot of information on that jump from Molten, not only spotting the bomb, but plenty of players in second middle as well. So instantly they back off, they go towards this B banana. But Grayhound are taking control. They are at least asserting dominance.
Yeah, not going to go for what we so often see teams do, which is just this fast mid-aggression in these anti-eco rounds. Instead, they're setting up Urcast over here. Down at the base of Banana, he can look to hold on to this. He has support from Dick Stacey. And this is what you've noted throughout how Grayhound are playing the CT side. Wherever they set up one of these SMG players, they'll always have someone with a rifle nearby, holding a slightly longer angle to trade off of one another. Into the arms of Urcast go Liaz and Gratisfaction. Dexter dropping another, just Jacob and JKS remain, and this should be a clean round for Grayhound. Indeed it is, 3 players staying up. They take that head start here on Inferno, the map pick of Renegades, but now we get to see this buy come in.
Yeah, they've waited a long time for this buy as well. Forcing up in the second round definitely slowed down them getting rifles, but they're not going to have everything they need, full utility, etc. So Renegades chance to start things off over on this T side, and still the bonus round being run by Grayhound as well, so not everything to play with. This, of course, just does mean if they do lose this round, they can follow up and try and get the reset and the follow-up, but let's not plan for that, because Renegades, they're rushing B. Fast play with Gratisfaction alone. He gets a spray to a smoke. Urcast is going to fall back here, and we do have both these SMGs on B right now. So still a strong setup for Grayhound, but Renegades, they've taken some serious damage due to these nades. Now Dex is looking to chip away at these players, finish off what the utility has started with another Molotov going in. Jacob peeks past it, and he will run ahead with another entry kill. Assuming the B site is clear is going to be a wrong decision from Renegades, because Urcast is still here, top of the boxes. Only 1 kill though, and Renegades are in B.
Malta and Sterling a long way from this retake, or making it a reality. Oh, they throw on a JKS. They have been out and out tempt themselves a bit. They do look curious, although Sterling not too keen, definitely not as invested in this as Malta is. He only has the MP9 to lose, and he knows he can destroy this Renegade's economy if he keeps a couple of players inside of the bomb site. Sterling waiting down at the base of Banana. Malta picked up, and now only Sterling remains. He's looking good to get away with the save. The nade doesn't find anything. So Renegades early on securing their first round.
I would like to see Sterling drop this Orc over and Urcast drop him an AWP, because we can get full guns here for Grayhound regardless of that loss. And that's exactly what happens. The AWP coming straight into this rifle round. Now Gratisfaction isn't going to have the money for his. So Renegades, they don't know what's about to hit them, but Grayhound looking to find this reset early on into their CT side of Inferno. If they did, they could be off to a seriously strong start to this map. Let's see, because that AWP for now, down on the B site. Aggressive positioning from Sterling, who did have a stunning start to this game with that big pistol round. Now, a blind shot will give away the fact that they are running this AWP, so Renegades will remain a little bit worried at this B site, I imagine. Push up in the apartments from Renegades going to be uncontested here by Grayhound, who just wait around the corner on short. Dexter looking for that contact play out through Boiler. And Jacob, he might give him a little bit of a taste. The flash forces him back, and the smoke up on long keeps Dick Stacy contained for the time being. But we've seen Renegades go through these in the past, and Dick Stacy, he's gone in the corner, playing contact off of his teammate down by Library. That's Urcast. Now Renegades looking to go back towards this B site where only the solo AWP sits, so Sterling, he's going to need a big round.
He wasn't shy of them earlier, nor yesterday. He's going to tag Azza on the opening. That bomb has rotated off Banana since then. Back towards this A-bomb site it goes, but they're going to go running into Dick Stacy. Liaz able to retrieve that bomb and does just manage to skirt on by. Azza up from mid, coming in late from Banana. Now looking to try and set up in the Boiler here. Keep an eye on short. Cast and Dick Stacy brought down so low, and Grayhound, they're just going to go ahead and save. They back away. They give this one up. Renegades will be securing a second.
This is a good decision from Grayhound, given the fact that they, aren't going to get this reset with this low HP plus the AWP. The only problem with it that is going to come back to haunt them is they don't have loss bonus. So what do you do in this upcoming round? You, I guess, get 2 pistols on Dexter and Malta, but it means that Renegades still have a very likely chance of equaling up this scoreline to 3-3 unless you have one of these rifles really pop off. So gun saved for Renegades, and their second round in a row, dodging that reset. A nice call once they get the entry up on A. It definitely looked like they wanted to go back towards that B site with the bomb, but upon seeing Sterling getting tagged and then Gratisfaction finding an opening kill on short, that's what spurred Renegades to just do a complete 180 in that round. JKS follows up with a kill, and even though Dick Stacy gets a double, by that point, Renegades looking solidified in the round in that 3-on-3, so their timeout called. As they are themselves trying to work out how they think Grayhound will approach this round, given the fact that this save was called.
Yeah, I like the decision to take the pause here from Renegades, making sure everyone's on the same page. They know that this coming round is going to be an important one.
I bet Kassar gives the best massages.
I mean, hey. Probably.
JKS looked like he was enjoying
it. Yeah, he definitely did, right?
Oh, here we go. 2 pistols up on Dexter and Malta. The fast second mid play from Renegades, and the Molotov to deny this AWP any presence, but Sterling will be watching middle. A bit more passive on this angle. Flash is there. Sterling, he wants a little bit more bang for his buck, or push for his pound. But instead just falls off. 4 players still here on the A site for Grayhound. So if Renegades do try and work B, this round is basically theirs for free because Dexter only has a USP, but that pick almost going the way of JKS.
I get the info that Mr. Savage is up in the apartments. Now the push coming in through short. Urcast, Malta and Dick Stacy, they're doing absolutely everything. This is a complete and utter shutdown. Renegades, it's gone oh so wrong. JKS trying to recover this, trying to be the savior. But he's brought down to just 2 HP, and in the 1-on-3, the real issue here is Urcast on this flank round. Look at it coming from the apartments. JKS just hung out to dry here. Might have to throw in the towel. No one from Grayhound giving anything up. But just as I say it, JKS a third. They will put him to bed. Gets a little bit worrying there, but ultimately 2 HP in a dream is not enough for JKS. That will be Grayhound moving up 4-2.
And what a recovery from Grayhound, who didn't have guns on 2 of their players there, but it didn't seem to be a problem at all. Malta finds a couple with the pistol. Dick Stacy, same story. And that was a really nice try from JKS. He's definitely looking good, but not good enough, at least for that round. Still no AWP up on the Renegades, though. Their money isn't quite built yet. And Sterling, we've not seen him actually challenge too much with this AWP. I think he's not even gotten a kill with it yet, so I was going to say this could be the round for it, but Renegades are putting early pressure on the B site while Sterling sits on long.
This is going to be where you're looking at Sterling to find the most impact, though, and you're bang on. I don't think it's through lack of trying with the AWP, but that's fine, you're right. He's only graced our scoreboard with AUGs and USPs. Renegade's going to be setting up for the A plate. At least that's how it looks right now, leaving Azza and Liaz down at Banana. Plenty of utility between them to try and sell this fake and make something happen. Smoke falls over at long, and that does send Sterling from this position off the angle. And yeah, the bomb has headed back toward Banana. It's Jacob and JKS trying to sell this. There's still plenty of utility on the 2 players inside of this bomb site, though. Dick Stacy and Urkast both with Molotovs. Keep your eye on that. As this clock ticks down and the play looks to come in, all it takes is for them to drop both their mollies, and this round is all said and done. There should be no means of getting back into this for Renegades. They hear that first Molotov go down. They're going to wait for it. They're going to wait. And that could be their undoing, because now Urkast lines up his. You have to go running through that. You've got no choice, Renegades. Time ticking too low. Urkast in with 2. Gratisfaction just able to get by. Will punch the numbers in with seconds to spare. And now it falls to Gratisfaction and JKS. In this 2-on-3, both playing over in dark. Oh, that's never good. Here, the nade connects. They know there's at least 1 man here. As they find Grat, they're not ready for JKS, but Malta is there, able to pick him up, gets the trade. Defuse will come through, and Grayhound a 5th round here on their CT side.
A great delay play there on Banana with the Molotovs. I mean, just saving the utility for so long. Even those smokes down, you know, hit at the 40-second mark for Grayhound. Very much ready for that push, even though they didn't have the gamble stack. They only had 2 players on the bomb site, and Urkast, he goes above and beyond. If he's going to step up to the same level that we saw him yesterday, then that is a terrifying prospect for the Renegades, who are now on pistols, Harry. That money has been broken early on into this game. Remember, this is Renegades map pick. 5-2. Nice nade as well. Grat's going to get put down to 50. Dexter with the early rotate off of B as well. He's not used his smoke, but no need here with Renegades not putting pressure on immediately. Instead, it's towards the apartments in middle that Renegades look to progress. Grayhound, they want some of this map control as well. They've pushed 2 players down this Banana. Urkast's going to be spamming through. He's got the support of Dick Stacy as well. The issue is no utility left on that B site. Makes it very susceptible to a rush here from Renegades, who have flashbangs to force these guys back up top Banana. But they will look for a pick before that. So flash to middle, forces Sterling back. Lucky he retreats, because Azza ready with that Deeg. Sterling on a new position, but again, with no smokes, he's going to have such an easy line of sight to push forward from, but oh, another flashbang landing well. He gets caught on the corner. Azza going to be able to take him down, but they line up for Urkast. 3 more from him, saving this. It was only an eco for Renegades, but with that AWP getting picked up, it very much could have gotten out of control. These flashbangs are so good, and JKS, he's going to find the Deeg behind it. Urkast looking for the ace, and JKS denies it. Guns dropped left, right. And 30 seconds left. This is definitely winnable. We've seen this man already off to a very strong start, and he might have a strong finish as well.
There's a reason they call this man Savage. A 1v1 now. JKS back to Dick Stacy. just misses him, doesn't spot that he's already creeped on down, and JKS, well, he does get to look Dick in the eye before he goes down. That's about it. Defuse will be found. The AWP carried forward. Dick Stacey holding his own in the one-on-one. And Grayhound, a 6th round to their name here over on this CT side. JKS, some flashes of brilliance in these rounds.
Such a valiant attempt. I mean, he's 12-7 right now, despite his team being so far behind. And Jacob, one of the players who we really have relied on for the Renegades for a while, he's 1-8. So a slow start for some of these players on the Renegades. JKS alone might not be enough to carry them through it. Another tactical pause from Renegades. If we remember back to that game on Train versus Vici yesterday, they called all 4 tactical pauses within 10 rounds. It wasn't a problem. They did 16-7 the game, so it was okay. But you know, you don't want to get ahead of yourselves. You're 8 rounds in, you're 2 pauses deep. You need some of them for the second half, especially with Grayhound already leading by a good margin.
I mean, one of the reasons this is so exciting to me is it really does show that, you know, change is inevitable, right? Renegade's always been, and also always had players in it that have been the faces of Aussie CS, right? But even now, you look at this Renegades roster and you see the new bloods rising up and into the ranks in the form of Liaz and Gratisfaction. And Grayhound, this is a team of, you know, relatively much less experienced players on that same level. Azza able to open things up in this round. That's Sterling to hit the deck. Urcast now looking to rotate in. I just love the clash of new and the old. And there's Urcast feeling bold. 4-on-4 secured and the top of Banana taken back. Grayhound re-aggressing over here. And I love seeing that from them. Urcast even retrieving that AWP. If he peeks down Banana now, he'll see no one there. Dick Stacey, you can see on the back of the information gain, starts this rotation round towards the A bomb site. He's going to get there just in the nick of time. At least that's how it looks right now.
The issue is they don't have long, so Dick Stacey's got to focus on the potential of a CT wrap from Renegades. He doesn't know if they're behind the enemies. Now Grayhound, they're behind the enemies because they've pushed apartments. Now Dexter spraying away, dropping the bomb immediately. That will buy time for these CTs to come into position. Dick Stacey doing exactly that. Liaz has to grab the bomb and he gets the kill behind it as well. So Plant can come through for Renegades, but Malta is also here in the house. Another kill. Jakin catches Dick Stacey on the edge of the smoke, but Malta is not letting up, and that Molotov is going to force Liaz out into the hands of him. 3 kills there from Malta. Great round from him and Dexter to push into the apartments, and that's such a good call. They're in a 4-on-5, or 4-on-4 rather. They've got no info, they've not got CT. Push apps, all it does is you know, get behind Renegades, and they just didn't expect that.
And their CT side from Grayhound has looked damn near flawless. Aside from a few big individual moments, on the side of Renegades, everything really has been coming up Grayhound, at least right now. He down onto Jacob early on in second mid, doesn't find too much damage, but now he's already aware that there could be a player up in the apartments. This slows down the initial play from Renegades. Not going to be too much of an issue.
I mean, the exception of that round, Apartments has always been Renegades. They've never had any problem getting in or out of it. Setting up for these A plays, running through the halls, so instilling a bit of fear, Grayhound are. Fast mid push here, and Dexter, ooh, he might catch a free kill, but the teammate is going to be a trade there, not even a trade, an entry. Gratisfaction does hit the shot after getting tagged down to 11, and that's a gun out in the open now for Renegades, if they can cross, if Malta will let them.
He's made a crossing of his own back into the bomb site. That won't matter now as Renegades have their sights fixated. Over here at B, Dick Stacey just beginning his rotation off, and this timing couldn't be worse for Grayhound. It's all going to fall onto Urcast. Now, he had a phenomenal game yesterday, and he's looking to try and continue it today. Lots of damage found. Dick Stacey spraying down through the smoke. Jacob looking to aggress, and as he hears that utility pop, he knows he can find that fight. Back into the 2-on-2, it's Sterling and Malta left standing here. Jacob brought down low, just 19 HP on him. As he aggresses into the ruins, he's looking to try and take this fight, maybe catch them off guard, but fires too soon. Malta peeks on in, and That'll be his demise. Now just Sterling left standing. Renegades somehow fighting around here potentially, and Jacob to finish off Sterling. My word, 3 kills from him in that round. We mentioned how he'd fallen quiet early on, only had 2 frags to his name heading in to that 10th round. But almost single-handedly, Jacob's able to haul Renegades across the finish line in that one where really he shouldn't have.
Renegades have been doing so well on these eco rounds, and a lot of that is this utility usage, these flashbangs thrown from Azza and co. They have been setting up these Ts every single time, blinding CTs, catching early kills. If Renegades can keep that up, they can certainly pull back this scoreline on the T side, because right now the money's broken for Grayhound. They lost to an eco near wallbang in the apartments. Grayhound are here, but not a lot to play with. Pistols, 1 armored player on Urcast. He's down on B. Jacob has his back turned. That's the angle he should really be focused on. And oh, Dex is going to shoot, but it's a bait. Malta's there, and now they know there are 2 players in the apartment, so Renegades could even speed back towards the B site, but they'll commit, at least for the time being. Held into middle, a flash from the CT side, but the last smoke, the last bit of utility for Grayhound going down, and that will send Renegades packing.
Oh no, they've actually gone for the old double fakeroo, as it's apparently known. Starting to take control of the top mid. Dexter is still here with this AK, and Grayhound beginning the rotation. They send
Apologies.
They send Dick Stacey and Sterling away from B, and now they bring them back. They bring them back. It's like they can tell they're in tune with this game. Sterling going to get boosted up on the cross. This B play about to come in. 3 players here for Grayhound. One of those is Urcast, and he has this Deeg, but he's been bested, falling at the first hurdle. Sterling able to get one before the trade comes in, and Dick Stacey trying to deny that bomb plant, but Azza will run amok through that smoke. Malta and Dexter remain. Dexter's already backed off to try and hold on to the AK, so Malta, it just becomes a question of how much damage can he do.
Looking to get exits here. Renegades might even run towards the spawn. That Molotov forces Malta forward, and he'll just burn in it. Renegades are winning their 4th round, and they're starting to get back into things, Harry. It was looking a bit out of control at one point, right? 7-2, and Grayhound having these buy rounds go so well for them. So Renegades really flipping the script with an eco win that's now doubled down for them, 7-4. And this T side, I mean, a 6th round half is going to be good. No complaints about that. Certainly, you know, doable here at this point. Especially with this buy from Grayhound not coming through. They've got about $4,000. I like the call on Grayhound here not to fully buy up. It's very tempting to with Dexter on an AK and having $4,000, but they'd rather that AWP on Sterling, who's still having a great game. All that utility, so important for that banana position as well. We already saw Renegades lose a round almost due to time. Oh, nice nade. And the bonus of these half buys is you can still get a lot of nades because they are cheap if you're not buying rifles around them. So Liaz getting hit early on by a HE down banana, and these smokes for middle can slow down the push from Renegades. Default round though from the teasers, they hold off.
Touched upon this a couple of rounds ago, but Renegades, yeah, they've been able to take control of apps pretty much when and where they want it. Malta this time looking to try and challenge with JKS, landing that shot onto Dexter and Malta. He finds both. I don't know if he meant to get the second guy or not, and Sterling hidden inside of the bomb site, gonna get finished by Jacob. So Dick Stacey a long way from home, he's all the way inside of B. You will just look to try and hold on to the armor and 5-7. Renegades picking up a 5th. They chain together the last 3 in a row. Been quite the recovery from the likes of Jacob, and JKS continuing his fantastic form. He is someone who has been that sort of pillar of consistency within this Renegades squad.
Yeah, and at the time they need him most, right? He kept that Greyhound economy so low earlier on into the game with all those deagle kills that eventually when Renegades did win a round, it was soon to be an eco for Greyhound. So it really did pay off. Sometimes those sometimes that eco damage doesn't really make any difference, right? If the CTs keep winning rounds, even if you're getting kills, it doesn't really matter. But all you need to do is win one round, and that lack of loss bonus on the CT side can come back to haunt them. So Greyhound have really experienced that this map, and that's what's got Renegades back into this game. 7-6. Last couple of rounds of the half here. AWP on both sides, and this is something as well. Gratisfaction on that orb versus Sterling. A duel we have yet to see, at least with this gun. That's going to be the mid-peak for Gratisfaction, not justified by Sterling, who will be wrapping around towards B, rather. And lots of utility down on this site to stop Renegades from aggressing early on, but they won't go for it. All they want to do is deny any presence here from Greyhound. So a molly towards top B gives them the room to move up. Liaz is going to go in first, and the flashes, again, that have been so good for Renegades, but not ready for Urcast on the corner. Liaz getting dropped even with damage, and Gratisfaction can't finish off the kill through the smoke. Greyhound will not give it up. So Renegades double back, and right now, there are still only 2A players here. A third in rotation, but if Renegades speed up, they could really catch these players off guard.
They most certainly could. Dexter and Malta do have this crossfire set up between Pit and the bomb site, but plenty of utility still up on Renegades. It means that, as you say, if they go for this now, they will get this bomb site relatively easily, you would imagine. That said, they've opted to smoke off long and are now aggressing down at Dexter, looking like he wants to go through this smoke. It's a big balls play, and Azza will get rid of him for it. The flash not quite hitting its mark, and now Malta, the Pit trying to hold his own, will perish in that Molotov, helped out by Jacob. Man advantage still up in favor of Greyhound, and Jacob gets caught trying to cross into the Pit. Gratisfaction left in a 1v3 versus his old team. First shot lands. Renegades trying to make this happen. Gratisfaction gonna get pincered, and it's Sterling to best him in that fight. The two New Zealanders going blow for blow. Greyhound will pick up their 8th.
Yeah, and not the double AWP taken. It looked like they wanted to keep it on for the last couple of rounds of the half, but Sterling swaps back to the AK here, so Greyhound actually calling out their first tactical timeout of this map as well. The reason being, Renegades have money. They have a buy coming back. If Greyhound win this one round, they can at least buy up for the last one, but if they lose it, then they're going to be broken. And at that point, we have Renegades surely 8-7ing the half. And that is a very good T-side if they can so do it. So Greyhound do not want to give up these rounds, especially not considering they're leading on Renegades map pick. Now, they are on the CT side of Inferno, yes, but this is a game that a lot of people would expect a 2-0 for Renegades, mainly because that's exactly what happened. We saw them play earlier on here in the minor. Renegades coming up top of that series. Inferno, however, was not played in that matchup, so I like the fact that we have a bit of a different map pool. Obviously only for one map. Mirage and Cash will be coming up later, and already a fast top B play for Renegades. Urcast finds both. Gratisfaction there with a trade, but it might be too little too late. Still a couple of members on this B site for Greyhound.
Push coming in. Dick Stacy hidden away, takes this initial peek. Damage done, and he's picked up everybody. Helped out by Sterling there toward the very end, and Greyhound at 9-5. That's not the hours that they've been working on this. That is the scoreline right now. Greyhound feeling good heading into this last round of the first half. Renegades on their map pick. 5 rounds over on the T side. Some would say that's enough.
Yeah, you can't throw guns out there. Finding out the hard way. Nice nades down Banana. Liaz, oh, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's going to be able to get out, but Urcast, in the meantime, gets in towards the logs behind the smoke. In the meantime, Renegades fast play the apartments, and they have 2 players in position here. Now, Malta, he is close by. Nice off angle, but he did get caught by this before. Well, actually, Dexter, I think it was, as Malta was a bit closer. middle as well, looking for the opening kill, but Grayhound aren't biting and not giving away any advantages. Holding on to the bottom of Banana still. That Molotov will force Urkast to the left side, and they do still have plenty more mollies. So if these go down, that could easily spread to Urkast. He needs some help, and his teammate Smoke just went a little bit too far. They might think this position's clear. Dick Stacy's gone down, and they will check it, but half-assed. Urkast finds Azza. Now 4-on-4. Not convinced by the corner position. I don't blame him. That Molotov almost creating like an Urkast-shaped outline in the corner.
That was almost too perfect to be true, yeah. Gratisfaction now trying to step up to the mark. Urkast still keen on taking these fights. Trapped on the other side of the half wall, and Grat, he'll hit that at the very least. Will they be ready for Dexter? Does not look like it, and they haven't checked for him. There's only one man here, though. That bomb resides back at A, and that means Malta and Sterling have to try and hold their own. Dexter will be coming in on this flank with just 15 seconds. If they land their shots, this round could fall apart for Renegades, and indeed it will. Sterling and Malta locking down A, 10-5 at the end of this first half. Grayhound Gaming fielding a decent CT side over on the Renegades map pick. Now the question becomes, are Renegades going to be able to grind this win on map number 1 in their CT side? Find out after the break. Today's the day that some boys will become men. 10-5, Grayhound currently sitting 5 rounds up over on their T side. And we can see early on Dexter going to be picking up the utility for the squad alongside Sterling. That Molotov and double smoke combination. Early on, they show their hand up. Banana Jacob flashed in, but Dick Stacy, quick pivot round, and there's the man advantage taken for Grayhound. This bomb, in the meantime, is going to head out through T Apartments, trying to push up into Apps. Gratisfaction holding close on with the 5-7. If he finds the bomb, ooh. Grayhound love a pistol round. 5-7 retrieved. Double man advantage, and Liaz, the only hope for Renegades here inside of this A-bomb site. Az is quick on the rotation, but is going to get gushed on down to just 9 HP. And now Liaz from down in the pit. He's got so much to do, but he's Molotoved out of position. Az is going to fall as well, and it's JKS, the last and only hope for Renegades in this round.
They just got bullied on that A site. I mean, that hit molly followed up with an HE grenade and 3 players jumping out of apartments. Renegades cannot catch a break. JKS is constantly left in these 1-on-X situations and getting so close. But this one is undoable. Bomb already half ticked, 1-on-4, no one facing for Grayhound. They know the importance of this round, and now JKS waiting for that smoke to fade, but already Grayhound are leaving. They're doubling back to flank B to make sure he cannot retreat. JKS I catch another, not even. Sterling finds his second of the round. 2 strong pistol rounds for Sterling. He found 3 in the CT side and 2 in the T side. So Grayhound 11-5 on Renegade's map pick. Dominant start. What on earth is going on? I assume these are highlights from the game they played the other day. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It caught me off guard. I was like, I swear I'm an Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, well, it looks different.
Yeah.
Times have changed. But Renegades, they might have tried to take Aussie CS out to the States. Grayhound showing it should be CSGO to Asia. 11-5 right now. Pistol round gone their way, and looking good to secure themselves another. Dick Stacy loves making a bit of cash, making a bit of money. Sterling and Urkast get their piece of the pie as well, and that will be Grayhound 12-5 up. But a buy at least is coming in for this Renegade squad.
And a pause as well. I mean, the third one coming through rather for Renegades. Glad they didn't use them all in the first half now again, because look at how strong Grayhound are. I assumed coming into the second half, this is where we'd see Renegades start to pick up the pieces, start to, shape on this CT side. But Grayhound have just looked so good individually as a team. Some great mid-round calls as well on the CT side. Their rotations even went off. It would come down to 1 or 2 players on the wrong, stacked on the wrong bomb site, and we'd still have a big individual play multiple times. Urkast was alone towards that B site, for example. Still able to get multi-kills. And he is just keeping this game up right now, 19-9. But everyone really having their moments. And one of the big issues was Dexter, right? This is mentioned on the desk yesterday. He was struggling, and, it was a bit of a problem for Grayhound. Luckily enough, he may be bottom of the board here, but it's working wonderfully. Everything is falling into place for Grayhound. And at the end of the day, stats don't matter if you're picking up those wins. So 12-5 for Grayhound. They look to keep this one going. It's a top B play with the Ts. Now these CTs don't have a kit, so retaking is going to be off the cards. And no AWP either, but that's probably a good thing, because Grayhound have these SMGs, so probably a faster play. Looking like a quick B execute here. Oh.
Smoke down, they push through it. Jacob is boosted, and Jacob has managed the double. JKS fully flashed, holding his own, at least for the first trades there. And Renegades 3-on-2 in this retake. The SMGs try to go aggressive. Malta gets dropped, and now Dexter left up and alone. A 1v3 required. A flash and a smoke still up here for Renegades. They know that bomb is planted for Banana, so they smoke it off. They anticipate that's where he is, and almost, but not quite. Defuse will be found. Renegades a 6th. Locked on in as Gratisfaction's on the bomb.
So the reason that round is so good from Grayhound, especially with the buy that they had, is they throw that top B Molotov, and what that does is it indicates that they're lower down Bernardo than they are, and they don't actually have car. And Renegades don't have the info. All they hear is that top molly, so they think, okay, they're trying to get control of the car area, trying to clear out sandbags. But then Grayhound instantly smoke the molly and run right through it. So Renegades caught out of position there. They do manage to hold their own with a couple of defensive kills on that bomb site, but I like the approach by Grayhound. Gets them down to the 1-on-1, but Renegade's still going to finally win a CT round here, get on that first of the half. Can they keep it up, or will they be reset?
That's such a big brain play from Grayhound, and uh-oh, Jacob trapped on the other side of these Molotovs. He's very fortunate that Grayhound have turned away from Banana, at least just in that moment. Deep smoke going to get thrown in by JKS, and that bails Jacob out of danger. And now we know JKS playing B alone. Renegades anticipating this is going to be the A play. Now the smoke's still up on JKS, and he can just look to hold on to that and now jump peek the half wall. Grayhound can't allow JKS to keep getting this information. We have to see Dick Stacey return to Banana, try and pressure it. Try and at least force JKS back, and it will for now. But he's keen on keeping this, and JKS knows the value of knowledge. This is well played from Grayhound. You can see now that they've taken back Banana control. JKS had to fall back into the bomb site, and Renegades in their head, they anticipate this could be the B play. They've rotated Jacob off of A. Malta out from the apartments, damage down on a Gratisfaction, 14 seconds, and it falls to Grat versus his old teammates. He's the only man who can make a difference now for Renegades. Rotations here, but he loses Azza trying to deny the bomb plant, but runs out of ammo. Down to the pistol, fighting for his life. A 2-on-3, and they manage to flush Grat out. Urcast and Dexter left standing, Jacob and JKS. The B-bomb site buddies of Inferno in for this retake. They do have flashbangs to try and open things up. It's a tall order, and no kits on these players. They have to pick up the pace. They have to try and get into this bomb site, or else Grayhound will be securing a 13th. Dexter and Urcast hold their own. They win their fights. 13-6, and no money left for Renegades in this next round.
I mean, that round looked undoable even when they were going into it, right? That bomb already halfway done and no kits left up. They barely even closed their way to the site. And then to make matters worse, Grayhound even win their duels. So 13 rounds, Harry. This is a hard reset to Renegades. This late in the game, it might spell disaster, despite Gratisfaction's best efforts on that A site. The issue is here, they can't even force, right? Because they've got to give away the 14th to Grayhound, and even then, Renegades won't have the money for a full buy. They get $1,900, so basically add 2K to everything they have here, which is nothing. We're going to have 3 to 4,000 on the majority of these players. And then what do? You play for overtime, 15-6 down? Or do you buy up early? Who knows? Right now, Renegades are stacked up over on that A site. And Grayhound are already looking to walk into B. 3 players at the top. Bomb's still yet to be committed, but Grayhound are creeping their way in, and they're about to figure out that this is completely empty. Renegades will get aggressive down on shorts. They will be on this quick flank down Banana once they realize that the push is coming through, and the utility makes it very, very clear, but it's a long way back to that B side for Renegades. And by this point, Grayhound are already going to have the Banana lockdown.
For Renegades, things really looking dire. In this matchup, I mean, you can't even really say domestic matchup anymore, right? Both obviously from Australia, but these two teams play each other so infrequently.
Yeah.
What with Renegades being based out in North America now.
That's been the case for a lot of these minor games as well, right? Because we obviously have Grayhound. They don't play against the likes of Vici or MVP that much, just due to the ping difference. Playing from Australia.
One of the times that we did see them play was in the Asia Minor closed qualifier, where Grayhound bested them in a 2-1 fashion.
That was the one that Renegades flew back to Australia to play, of course.
Yeah.
I don't want to make excuses. I mean, Grayhound are smashing them right now, but, you know, if you fly back to a country on the other side of the world, that's definitely going to, you know, hurt you.
Most definitely.
That being said, Grayhound, there's no excuses here. On LAN, 14-6 up against Renegades. The boys are back in town. And Jacob nays down Banana, but Grayhound are yet to even push past this deep smoke, so it's not a worry. Now they're going to start to assert a bit of control. It goes both ways. The CT is still peeking. May as well just wait for this smoke to fade. Dick Stacey getting flashed off, looking for the entry. Renegades have already fallen back and given up Banana. This gives lots of room here to the T's. Boost being employed at the back of B for Renegades, as long as they can get it in quickly, because don't want to get timed. But if you look at that bomb, it's already starting to back off, so we could see Dick Stacey and Sterling try and sell this fake. 2 players up mid in apartments. looking unsure for now. Most of that utility going down on B now. This fake being sold, but no one rotating off the back of it. Gratisfaction still sitting here on long as that bomb will double back towards B because Grayhound have forced out all the nades from both Jacob and JKS, meaning that these guys are going to be up for the chopping block.
One of my favorite things about Renegades Inferno CT side is this B site hold between Jacob and JKS. I think they play off each other so well, but we need to see that synergy now more than ever. As this site take comes in, JKS very uncomfortable for him there as things heat up. He gets mollied out of position, and Jacob, they know that he's tucked away in the back of the bomb site, but there's only 15 seconds. They have to deal with him. Urcast able to pick that up, and the bomb now looking to go down. That CT smoke fades. They're trying to find it. That bomb has to move. The shots raining in from the ruins, and that flash is picture perfect, but Dexter still dropping Grat. It's Azza, and a 1v3 required. He takes out the bottom of the boost, but Urcast is there to get revenge. Grayhound map point 15-6 on the map pick of Renegades.
And Urcast on 25 kills. He is just shredding through these Aussies right now.
Just fantastic stuff from Grayhound here. Obviously, one of the things that you'll know, I mean, the Aussie community in CS, they do just love rooting really for like any Aussie team because it's very rare that they get as much representation. But one thing they do have akin to us Brits is they love an underdog story. They love the little guy rising up and beating the big dogs. And that's what we might see here on map 1. 15-6. Grayhound just one away. Taking the map pick of Renegades, and my goodness, Liaz, he gets very unfortunate there. It's 11 PM right now in Canberra, but you know, the Aussies still watching from back home. There's a lot of interest in this game. Minute and 10 seconds left, the Grayhound is back to this B bomb site. Jacob gonna get boosted up. JKS inside of the bomb site, you can see how worried Renegades are about these B plays. It's been the bread and butter for Grayhound. They've had so much success here. So they've rotated that third man over. But Grayhound, they're not heading towards B. It's back to this A bomb site where only Azza and Liaz lie. Liaz obviously wallbanged down to 15 HP earlier on in this round. Do they have what it takes? That flash there almost nets Azza the opening, but instead it's Malta to find it. Man advantage gain for Grayhound, and this A bomb site looks tempting.
And when Azza went for that peek, he only saw one man, so that's why we still have this triple B setup. Grayhound think that Renegades must have rotated back towards A, but that hasn't been the case. Actually, as I say that, that bomb getting picked back up in middle, and another fake towards the B side. Dick Stacey gets caught, but he's the only man committed. Now Grayhound, 18 seconds up on this A site. Liaz, he's got to shine like never before, but he's only got 10 HP to do it, and straight away decked by Sterling. That bomb going down now for Grayhound, and with only seconds remaining, they might have just locked in this first map. 4-on-3 in the retake here. Renegades coming back through middle. Dexter, he's got to check the apartments, but JKS has slipped by him. They might not know. Malta's focused up on short, and Jacob will take down Urcast. There's the flank from Dexter, but still on JKS up in the apartments. A 1-on-3 that's just not meant to be. It's 16-6 to Grayhound. They are going to sweep the floor with Renegades on the T's map pick. We're going to be heading over to Mirage as that second map of the series, a game that these guys both went to overtime on when they played just a couple of days ago. So do join us after the break. I know it's late over in the Oceanic region, but you do not want to miss this battle. Be back very shortly.